Top 10 Netflix Fantasy Series. If you want to escape reality, then what's better than drowning in a fantasy world? So today, we have gathered some of the best fantasy series to keep you occupied and happy. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel, Netflix Tops, where we will tell you all about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of the video, because in today's video, we are going to list down the top 10 Netflix fantasy series. So let's get started. Number 10. Based on the Archie comic book series of the same name, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is an American supernatural horror streaming television series developed by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa. With a score of 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, the series follows magic and mischief as half-witch, half-human Sabrina navigates between the two worlds. This series revolves around a teenage witch named Sabrina as a dark coming-of-age story that traffics in horror, the occult, and of course, witchcraft. This adaptation of the series finds Sabrina Spellman wrestling to reconcile her dual nature, half-witch, half-mortal, while standing against the evil forces that threaten her, her family, and the daylight world humans inhabit. Number 9. When heroes alone are not enough, the world needs legends. Based on the characters of DC Comics, Legends of Tomorrow is an American superhero television series. It is a spin-off featuring characters introduced in Arrow and The Flash, along with new characters, set in the Arrowverse, the same fictional universe. Having seen the future, one he will desperately try to prevent from happening, time-traveling rogue Rip Hunter is tasked with assembling a disparate group of both heroes and villains to confront an unstoppable threat, in which not only is the planet at stake, but also of time itself. So can this ragtag team defeat an immortal threat unlike anything they have ever known? Watch this amazing series to find out. Number 8. Based on the book series of the same name, The Witcher is a fantasy drama streaming television series created by Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich. With a score of 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, the series explores the legend of Geralt of Rivia and Princess Ciri, who are linked to each other by destiny. The Witcher follows the story of a witcher named Geralt, a solitary monster hunter who struggles to find his place in the world where people often prove more wicked than monsters and beasts. But when destiny hurdles him toward a powerful sorceress and a young princess with a special gift, the three must learn to navigate independently the increasingly volatile continent. Number 7. An adaptation of the Sword of Shannara trilogy of fantasy novels by Terry Brooks, The Shannara Chronicles is an American fantasy drama television series created by Alfred Goh and Miles Millar. The series follows thousands of years after humankind's collapse, when an elven princess, a human, and a half-elf will embark on a journey to prevent a demonic army from obliterating the universe. In the series, an elvish tree, known as the Elkrais, is dying, and the bad news is that the tree has been the only piece of magic that protects the Four Lands from the demon world. Amberelle Elesadil is the only one who can save the tree, but she has to unlock the magic that the elves haven't used in thousands of years. So with the help of Will Omsford, she travels to find the lost magic. But along the way, they find out that it won't be an easy task. Number 6. Based on the Barry Allen incarnation of DC Comics character The Flash is an American superhero television drama series. The series follows a costumed superhero crime fighter with the power to move at superhuman speeds, and it's a spin-off from Arrow, existing in the same fictional universe known as the Arrowverse. With distinctive visuals and a terrific cast, The Flash remains one of the strongest comic book shows on television. It follows the story of Barry Allen as he comes to terms with his newly bestowed super speed and his city's need to fight off a myriad of superpowered villains. Number 5. Based on the comic book of the same name by Jeff Lemire, Sweet Tooth is an American fantasy drama streaming television series developed by Jim Mickle. The series was renewed for a second season in July 2021, and it has earned a score of 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. The series follows a wreaked havoc on the world, which leads to the mysterious emergence of hybrid babies, born part human, part animal. Unsure if hybrid are the cause or result of the virus, many humans fear and hunt them. After a decade of living safely in his secluded forest home, a sheltered hybrid deer boy named Gus unexpectedly befriends a wandering loner named Jeopard. Together, they set out on an extraordinary adventure across what's left of America in search of answers about Gus's origin, Jeopard's past, and the true meaning of home. But their story is full of unexpected allies and enemies, and Gus quickly learns the lush, dangerous world outside the forest is more complex than he ever could have imagined. Number 4. Based on the 2009 novel of the same name by Lev Grossman, The Magicians is an American fantasy television series. With a score of 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, the series could be crudely described as an R-rated Harry Potter. In the series, a boy named Quentin Coldwater, a melancholic in his 20s, discovers that not only is magic actually real, but he's a magician. He goes to Brackbills, a graduate school for magicians of sorts, and soon discovers there's an even bigger twist involved. The show tackles issues of depression, sexual assault, and mental illness in a realistic but entertaining way, and its dark but funny sense of humor keeps things from getting too dark, along with the great performances by the characters. Number 3. Inspired by the classics of horror literature such as Frankenstein, Dracula, and The Picture of Dorian Gray, Penny Dreadful is a fantasy drama television series created by John Logan. This dark and twisted series sees the literary characters joining forces to combat a menagerie of vampires, demons, and other creatures of the night. In the series, Vanessa Ives recruits Wild West showman Ethan Chandler and big game hunter Sir Malcolm to track down a killer. However, they soon realize they are up against a non-human entity. The series breathes new life into traditional monster-focused horror and comes highly recommended for those wanting terrors who are more ruthless than romanticized. Number 2. Another World, Another Time, Another Age, a prequel to the 1982 Jim Henson film The Dark Crystal that explores the world of Thra, created for the original film. The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance is an American fantasy streaming television series produced by Netflix and the Jim Henson Company. With a score of 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, the show is a major hit on Netflix right now. The series revolves around the Crystal of Truth, part of the planet Thra, which is controlled by the cruel and cunning Skeksis, who use its power to blend the planet's will and subjugate the Gelfling, which are the gentle and kind creatures who will start the Age of Resistance and thwart their master's schemes. Number 1. Following the adventures of a family of space colonists whose ship veers off course, Lost in Space is an American science fiction streaming television series. Set 30 years in the future, colonization in space is now a reality, and the Robinson family is among those tested and selected to make a new life for themselves in a better world. But when the new colonists find themselves abruptly torn off course en route to their new home, they must forge new alliances and work together to survive in a dangerous alien environment, light years from their original destination. Stranded along with the Robinsons are two outsiders who find themselves thrown together by circumstances and mutual knack for deception. One of them is the charismatic Dr. Smith, who is a master manipulator with an inscrutable endgame, and the roguish but charming Don West, who is a highly skilled blue-collar contractor having no intention of joining the colony or the crash landing on a lost planet. However, their adventures takes them to new planets, where they find the bizarre new alien species with bizarre new problems. And this brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.